Hey guys, welcome back to a new TDS video. Today I want to be unripping, opening the packs of these two Rescue Rabbit promos. For those of you guys that don't know, Konami has very recently introduced a new mobile game called E-Football. They have the rights to guys like Messi, Neymar Jr., and they're trying so hard to promote the new game that they actually introduced these promo cards. I believe this is the first time Konami has ever done anything like this, and even though we are now almost pretty much 30 years into Yu-Gi-Oh's lifespan, it's still very cool to see crossover cards between games. If you play other online games such as like Mabinogi and MapleStory, I personally play a lot of Nexon games, you would be familiar when these companies launch new games, they'll try to like hype some of their existing players over, but for some reason Konami has never done that. So I guess these are first of the first, even though it shouldn't feel like it since the game's been around for so long. But essentially what I want to do today is to open these packs, and hopefully they are in gradable condition. I will be putting them in these sleeves and then into the Beckett, what are these called? Soft cases, soft shields. And without further ado, let's get into it. I'm super excited. The reason I have two is because I brought a buddy with me. All we needed to do was to install the eFootball game. The entire process took about I think 15 minutes for the install. There's like a post-app install if you guys ever play, like, well, for myself, I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links before. So it's like you install the game, and then once you open the login screen, you gotta install like another patch. But thankfully, the patch is only like 30 megabytes or something. And once you do that, you need to get through the tutorial stage, which took me about another 7 minutes. So the whole thing was pretty fast. If you guys have these still in your local game stores, be sure to try to ask them how to get it, and they'll probably tell you the same thing that I just told you. I know my store just got allocation recently. This promo's been around since September of 2025, so it is quite late, but better late than never, right? Let's cut into this, and hopefully I did check the outside and everything looks pretty centered as far as the front of the Rescue Rabbit goes and the back of the Neymar Jr. token goes. All right, let's look at the first card, the Rescue Rabbit. These are common cards with a parallel foil sticker layer on them. Very interesting appearance. They remind me of older OCG cards where they would just put these mass foils onto them. See a little bit of white dots on the back. I was able to successfully clean them off. The edges look very nice. I'm so happy to say that. From the looks of it, wow, the edges, the corners, everything looks super pristine. That is great news. I mean, you guys probably know the print quality of modern Yu-Gi-Oh cards, especially in English. It's never been great. I see a little bit of corner elevation here, but I am not sure if the camera's picking it up. Also, I'm not sure if the light's just playing tricks on me, but regardless, I think if this is not a tag 10, I express in tag metrics, although tag doesn't even grade Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but I would say this should be a PSA 10. This is very promising. I'll put this to the side here, and now let's look at Neymar Jr. Now guys, I won't lie, I'm not much of a soccer or football fan. I know of Messi, I know of Ronaldinho. He was one of my childhood favorites when I was watching with my older cousins. I also know the guy who was on the French team like last year, a couple of years ago. He's all over Nike. I forgot his name, but this guy, apparently he's famous, and he's here in the what looks to be like a dark magician outfit robe. So that is pretty cool, and he's kicking the e-football ball. And I'm just realizing that the ring around him, you guys know how Dark Magician and like Blue Eyes has these, well, maybe not Blue Eyes, Dark Magician and like Dark Magician of Chaos, all the Chaos monsters has rings behind the card artwork. Well, this one says E-Football, the I don't know, I can't read that, but let's take a look at the card condition. Edges on the front look great. Surface looks great as well. There's a little bit of a tiny flake there. I just cleaned it off. Looks amazing. And the back. little bit of a minor chip. I'm not sure if that's gonna get picked up by PSA. The corner has the same thing. It's like slightly elevated. I'm not sure how that's supposed to be. Not sure how to take that, but when I shine it against the light, it is very, very clean. So I'm also gonna sleeve this up and eventually send it into PSA. Now the current PSA wait times is absolutely ridiculous. It's something like 4 months, 4 to 6 months even. Because I live in Canada, it's probably much longer than the US citizens. Also, the prices are crazy too. $25 USD. That is, that's definitely not cheap in Canadian standards. But eventually, we will send this in. But I'll probably just keep it safe in the top loader, hard case, shell, whatever you call it for now. And here is the second pack. All right. First, we have the Rescue Rabbit. Card looks really good as well. Can't see anything on the surface, can't see anything on the front side. This one's corner also has that issue. It's always the top left. I don't know if that qualifies as an issue because you can't really see it once I have it in front of me, but when I have the light bouncing off of it, it seems like the corner is a little bit elevated. But regardless, I still think this deserves a 10, so I will go ahead and sleeve it up. Now, by the way, guys, I'm recording this on March 1st of 2026, and the serialized cards, the first ever set of serialized Yu-Gi-Oh cards has just came out in Japan. And we're already seeing crazy numbers, like the spell card with the Dark Magician Girl, serialized, I think number 72, sold for 22,000 American dollars, like the same day that someone ripped it, which is absolutely insane. Like you look at even Magic the Gathering, who has serialized cards, 22,000 USD is no joke. And that's just for a random number like 72. It's not even like 10, 20, 30, or like, 25 for a quarter century. This number 72 for 22,000 USD, that's crazy. I don't know if the market will be able to sustain this, and I'm pretty sure the good folks at Konami is looking at this and they're thinking, wow, we gotta release more serialized cards. I want to believe in Konami, but it will be very hard for them to not treat these overframes and serialized cards like the Starlights, which eventually progressed into QCRs, if you guys know what I mean. But we will just have to hope for the best and see how that goes. It'll be funny. I want to look back 5 years from now and hopefully, serialized cards will be just as exclusive and desirable as they are today, or 2 months from now, or 3 months from now. Personally, I'm looking forward to Chaos Origins the most. I think that set has the sickest pack art out of anything that we've seen over the last pretty much 2 decades. And I'm really hoping to pull the Blackluster Soldier and also the Dark Magician of Chaos. I'm probably not going to play with them, but if I am able to pull like a overframe, that would be incredibly cool. Anyways, that's not what this video is about. We are already running long at 8 minutes. So I want to cut the video off here very shortly after I insert these into the hard cases. So we're all done with the sleeves. Now this is what I use. I use a sticky note because we have 4 cards. I'm going to cut it into 4 pieces. I'll just eyeball it just so it's easier for the grader to pull the card out of the top loader. I know it's not called top loader, but I can't think of the correct name right now. What is it called? Card savers? Yeah, I think it's called card savers actually. It's like I start recording and I just completely forget the English language. Here's the second one. The process does look a little sketch when I'm doing it, so let me just finish one of them so you guys can see what I'm trying to do here. Like that. Not the nicest representation, but it does the job. I've always wondered, like, if you send in a PSA submission in the Beckett Shield, will they be like, damn, why are you cross-branding us? It's like you wear like Nike Jordans with like Adidas socks kind of thing. I always wondered if PSA cares about that, but I think they just get way too many submissions to really care about something as trivial. There's a little bit of scratch on the case, which is good because it's not on the card. Let's push that in. So that's what it's supposed to look like. Now let me quickly do the other 3 cards. Also, let me know in the comments below if you guys are excited for the serialized cards or the overframe, because I know there has been quite a few overframe cards released now to date. The full artworks, there's like Dragoon, there's Synchro Monsters. I know Elemental Hero has like 2 or 3. Obviously your classic monsters like Blue Eyes White Dragon, Dark Magician, the Gaga Girls. Let me know in the comments below which one is your favorite. Which one are you most excited for? And where do you think the market will head to after, let's say 6 months down the road, 12 months down the road? What do you think Konami is gonna eventually do with the product? I do think there are a lot of overframes being put out per set. Like if you look at Magic the Gathering, there's usually only 1 card in the set has serialized. Pokemon doesn't even have serialized. One Piece you have to get serialized from, going to tournaments. So every single card game, every major card game has their own way of creating exclusivity. And I'm curious the way that Konami is doing it, which of course, as you guys know, Konami, like we've all known Konami longer than we've probably known a lot of people in our lives. Konami is like anti-exclusivity, right? If there's a way to make something appear exclusive, they're gonna do it with the most critical mass way possible. Like you have One Piece on one end, which you can only get the serialized cards from winning tournaments, and then you have Pokemon that doesn't even do serialized, and then you have Konami here that's like, you know what guys, we're gonna put like 3 or 4 different serialized cards per set, and there's gonna be 100 in English, North American, 100 in European English, 100 in Asian English, and 100 in Japanese. You guys go have fun. 400 cards per serialized, per card, per set. Anyways guys, I'm rambling. You guys probably know how I feel about it, but I will just have to see where the market goes. I am cautiously optimistic, and I hope Konami does what is good for the game. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.